a Mondstadt in a while. Come on, let's go check up on all our old friends.
Add Astro.
Is that Navia over there? Oh, it's been a while. Let's go say hi. Not now. Don't be scared. Boba, get them. You're toast. Let the show be.
Don't get frostbite. Freeze.
The night is cold. Cold. Mine to commit.
Cool it.
You are not welcome here.
Oh, so sorry.
Hi.
Be free. Not too far now.
Shadow Raven, let night fall.
Rain Cutter. Rain outlines your
Absorption test. Swirl. Mark 2.
Time to say hello. Be free. Midnight night phantasmagoria.
Let me weave you a verse.
Enhanced animal module 75.
Go! You're free now!
Rain outlines your fate.
Stand clear.
Here!
Shadow Raven, let night fall.
Rain cutter.
Time to say hello.
Come here, you little rascal! Ah, no way! Mind the wind.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Let me weave you a verse.
Not too far now. Go! You're free!
Mind your step! Let's go! Mind the wind.
All time, bro.
No, my sword. Body and mind.
Up and away. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Come on, buddy! Mind the wind. Yeah.
Witness the power of Coût.
Let's go!
Wings of darkness. Come, sever night.
Let me weave you a verse.
Mind the wind.
Rain outlines your fate. Body and mind.
Farewell!
Nothing personal!
Witness the power of Coût.
Shadow Raven, let night fall.
Time to say hello.
Let's go!
Not too far now. Go! You're free!
Rain cutter.
Wings of darkness, come, sever night from day.
Time to say hello.
Mind your step!
Witness the power of Coût.
Up and away!
Mind the wind. Nothing personal.
All time, bro! All time, bro!
Easy now, Kakuku.
Everybody stand back! I'll eat this! Nice and spicy! Attack! That's the way. This one's got
Neutralizing threats. No. Dead reckoning. Getting here. Frost is coming.
Pinnacle of excellence! No, my sword! Ring cutter!
You had your chance. Let's keep getting here. Another going under. Getting here.
A dash of frosting! Boost on the loose!
Witness my magnificence! What's the news?
Thank you for permitting. No.
Monica! I don't want to see you back here until you're ready to wake up and start doing things properly! Right now, you're a disgrace to my kitchen and to the Hotel Départ name!
It was an accident.
I'm sorry, did you hear me ask?
No, I'll do better, I promise.
Why is she so aggressive? She won't even listen.
Wait! Huh? Who do you think you are telling me? Wait a sec. Navia? Huh. So, you're bringing backup now.
Savannah, is this how you always treat your staff?
My staff is right. I'm the one in charge here now. And last time I checked, the Hotel Départ doesn't take orders from the Spina di Rosula.
Of course. How you run your kitchen is none of our business. But when a member of your staff is so overworked he becomes gravely ill, that most definitely is our business. We're going to stand up for him, whether you like it or not.
Overworked? I've said it before and I'll say it again. If Firmon can't handle the job, then tough luck. There are plenty of other capable people I can hire instead.
But Philmont can do the job, he just...
Monica, back inside, now!
Huh? But you said I shouldn't come back until...
Just do as you're told, and not another word out of you! Come on, we have work to do!
Wow, what a horrible person!
Sorry. Looks like I've dragged you into some... Her name is Savannah. She's the new head... Ever since she took the... One guy was so...
I'm sorry. It's all my...
At his family's request, the Spina di Rosula is trying to mediate on his behalf. We're not... Savannah is adamant that Vermont's exhaustion and illness... Our next thought was to talk to the other chefs at the restaurant and get a better idea of their working conditions. But with Savannah watching them like a hawk, no one has been willing to open up. And that's why I'm here, doing it the old-fashioned way. Camping out, watching...
Oh, shoot! It all makes sense now. Sorry. Paimon should have thunk before she spoke.
Oh, no, not at all, Paimon. And besides, I don't really think I'm built for espionage. Yeah, meaning it's gonna be...
Paimon will join you.
Oh, guys, it's a really famous chef just joined the Spina...
Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to apologize for the scene you witnessed just now. This is a small token from us. It's some candy from...
Monica's the one apologizing?
Our head chef has been a little highly strung lately. Sorry for everything.
All right. Since there's candy, Paimon will drop it.
Thank you for understanding. We'll make sure to pass your feedback on to Miss Savannah.
A little highly strung, huh?
Paimon doesn't get it. How did someone like her even become head chef?
Well, according to Firmont's family, she hasn't always been like this. But that's a story for another time. Let's try this candy.
Paimon totally gets it. Come on, dig in! Huh? Hold on, there's something written on the wrapper. Find... Escoffier?
Escoffier? Could this mean...
Huh? You know that name, Navia?
Yeah. Let's stick to the plan and go back to the Fleuve Cendre for now. That's where we'll find Escoffier anyway.
So, who is this Escoffier, anyway?
Well, for starters, she used to be the head chef at the Hotel Départ, before Savannah. She recreated the legendary Gâteau de Bourg and restored the restaurant back to its former glory. Safe to say, she's the most renowned head chef in the Hotel de Bourg's history, after the culinary genius Modeste himself.
Gâteau de Bourg? That's the super exclusive cake that they only sell a few slices a day, right?
Well, apparently, the Hotel de Bourg was reported for a safety incident, but none of the chefs had any idea how it could have gotten into the food. In the end, Escoffier decided that as head chef, she should take responsibility, and she was sent to the fortress of Meripede.
The fortress of Meripede?
Well, you're right. The quantity of the substance, Escoffier didn't have to stay in the fortress for long, but still, by the...
So that's what happened.
Even though Escoffier is no longer head chef at the hotel, she's still... So, I'm guessing what Monica wants is for us to convince Escoffier to try and...
Oh, Paimon gets it! Monica wants Escoffier to come... It's simple. If the new head chef is stressing everyone out, then the...
well...
You thought cream of mushroom soup was ready to serve after 3.5 minutes on the stove! You'd have had more sense serving hot water with ice cubes. At least then, you wouldn't have wasted all this perfectly good cream and mushroom! What do you say, Hilaire?
I'm sorry, Cream. I'm sorry, Mushroom.
As you can see, Escoffier is that kind of chef as well.
You have to leave it on the heat for long enough to allow those flavors a chance to come out. Don't be fooled by the aroma when the water first starts to boil. Got it?
Yes, Chef.
Then go back and do it again. The customers are still waiting. Remember where you went wrong and don't repeat the same mistake twice.
Yes, Chef!
Excuse us,
Waiting to be served? Sorry, we're pretty busy. I'm afraid you have to join the line.
Oh, no, we're not here to eat.
So you're not paying customers? Then I'm afraid the wait will be even longer.
It's hard to talk to Escoffier when she's in the zone. Let's take a seat. We can catch up while we wait.
Looks like the rush hour is finally over. Is it always?
These days, yes. I'd say business has tripled since Escoffier joined as temporary head chef. Well, in her words, the Hotel de...
I guess I'll be heading off then.
Wait, take these home with you. We can't serve them now, and there's no sense in letting them go to waste.
Oh, thank you, Chef.
For what? Like I said, I just don't want them going to waste. Oh, and tell Fiamma to get well soon.
Fiamma.
He's the chef that fell ill from stress. Hilaire is his son, and he decided to pick up some work to help pay the bills. Escoffier knows their situation, so she's been making some extra food every day for him to take home.
Hey, I heard that, Navia! I've told you before, no one's making extra food. Hilaire is making blunders in the kitchen, and I can't serve his failed dishes, so he might as well take them home.
Yeah, failed dishes that just so happen to be nutritionally complete every single time.
So you two must be the world-famous traveler and his companion, Paimon. Yes? Is there something I can help you with?
Oh, so you know us already. We'll skip the introduction then. We're here to talk about Savannah.
Oh, I certainly am. The Spina's headquarters are right next to the tavern. But I don't work for the Hotel Départ anymore. And being ex-head besides, I'm the one who...
What?
Well, she was a much gentler person back then. A little...
That's hard to believe.
Honestly, I do wonder if she's just emulating me. I mean, I'm not the most pleasant head chef to be around either. Anyway, suffice to say that given the history between us, it'll be tricky for me to tell her she's doing her job wrong without coming across like a huge hypocrite. Fiamar and the others probably think that Savannah gets it all from me.
I wouldn't be so sure about that, Escoffier. Look at the...
She mentioned me.
Whatever shortcomings you feel you have, it looks like Monica still trusts you. As for the others, well, how can you know what they think unless you ask them?
Monica.
Plus, it's not like we're asking you to storm in there and raise hell. We're only in the initial phase of our investigation. All we're trying to do is get the other chefs to open up to us.
Oh, Monica. Oh, Monica!
Escoffier?
I can't believe her! Powdered sugar is supposed to be applied sparingly. Look at all that on the wrapper. It's thicker than the sole of my shoe. Unbelievable! I won't stand for this. She has to learn. Come on, we're going.
Wait, so now she's,
Let's go catch up to her. We don't want to keep her waiting.
Wait, she looks like...
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. I messed up your order.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. Maybe the taste is a little off, but if you hadn't brought it up, I don't think I would have noticed.
But, please, you have to forgive me or Chef is gonna... Okay, I know. I'll kneel before you.
What the heck?
Get up, Monica! Can't you see that you're just making your customer feel more awkward?
Escoffier?
If you want forgiveness, then do what any self-respecting chef would do.
Savannah said that I'm not allowed back in the kitchen.
That's some backwards logic? How can you fix your mistake without being a...
We apologize for interrupting your meal, sir.
It's fine. With my layman's palate, it's not like I can tell the difference anyway.
Oh, well, it's because Chef...
Gosh, that's pretty strict. Has she always been that way? I don't recall things...
I mean, Escoffier was strict too, but we all knew that it came from a good place. Chef Escoffier was hard, but these days, whenever we make a mistake, we just... And it's only gotten worse since word got out that Chef...
Monica, you don't need to call me chef.
Yeah, but through no fault of your own. What happened back then? That banquet was a huge event, and so many staff were involved every step of the way. With so many moving parts,
Lumaline? What's that?
A new drug from the Fontaine Research Institute, produced from an extract of the Lumitoile. Apparently it sharpens the senses.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that. They found out you can use it as a flavor enhancer since...
They also found that overuse can have mood-altering effects, and even lead to... Unfortunately, however, some food products containing the additive had already made it to the
Everyone knows that in all likelihood, someone probably just purchased a batch of but you took all the blame. We all know why. You just didn't want to see this turn into a place where tensions are constantly running high. Because everyone's suspicious of each other all the time. And now look at you. A fry chef in the Fleuve Cendre.
What are you trying to say? Sure, the Spina's Tavern is no Hotel Départ, but come on. It's not that bad, is it?
Oh, the Fleuve Sandra, you say? Great. That's where I'm downing from now on.
Monica, I'm very happy with my current job. And there's no changing the past. We just have to let bygones be bygones. Besides, at the end of the day, I was the head chef.
If only Savannah was half the...
I'm sorry? Do you have a problem with my conduct as head chef?
No. No, chef.
So, you do remember who's boss? Escoffier? I thought you'd left this place for good. What are you doing back here?
What happened to you, Savannah? Why are you acting like this? When I turned this place over to you,
You made me the head chef and gave up your right to tell me how to do my job. You're not the boss here anymore, so stop acting like you own the place.
Whoa. Sounds like someone has a chip on her shoulder.
Oh, Savannah! My God, have you grown a temper since I last saw you? Have you put even half the amount of energy into improving your cooking skills, or are you still using the Pluie Lotus as an off-brand marcotte, thinking no one can tell the difference?
That's none of your business!
What happened to not storming in and raising hell?
Ho ho! I was not expecting to see something this spicy as soon as Escoffier returned.
Huh? Primogemmes?
Aye, miladies. Might I make a humble suggestion? Given that we have ourselves a tête-à-tête between chefs at the Hôtel de Bord, I dare say it would be de rigueur to settle this the traditional way.
The traditional way? That can only mean one thing.
That's right. I'm talking, of course, about the tradition established by Modeste himself. The cooking contest!
According to legend, the founders of Hotel de Boer, Modeste and Savelli, used this method to resolve all of their disputes. Everything from petty arguments over next week's menu to disagreements over the strategic direction of the restaurant. The cooking contest would decide who had the final say.
Huh. Sounds like they had a lot of free time on their hands.
Ah, well, it might sound that way to us. But in fact, the cooking contest played an enormous role in motivating chefs to hone their skills, reaching new heights of excellence in the culinary arts. And indeed, the reintroduction of this institution in recent years has surely been instrumental in transforming the Hôtel de Bord into the top-ranking restaurant in Fontaine.
Reintroduction? Someone brought it back? Who?
What say you, Escoffier? Surely you of all people won't back down from this challenge. It was you who put the rule in place, after all.
Sure, I reinstated it, but I'm not a chef at Hotel de Boer anymore. Isn't this bending the rules a little?
I see no issue as long as both sides agree to the terms. We could simply treat it as an exhibition of sorts. Savannah, any objections?
Exhibition. Huh. No. If we're going to battle it out, let's put it all on the line. If I lose, it's up to you what happens to me.
I don't want anything to happen to you.
But if you lose, you hand over the Codex de Boer to me.
What? The Codex de Boer?
Only the legendary handbook written by the original head chef Modeste. It contains all his secret recipes, including Gâteau de Boer. It's the greatest treasure in Fontaine's culinary world, and only the present and former head chefs of the Hôtel de Boer have the right to read it.
Present and former? Wait, but that already includes Savannah, though.
What do you want that old thing for? You have your own copy, don't you?
Don't take me for a fool. You know perfectly well what I mean. I want your copy, the original version, the one you took with you when you left us.
I'm sorry, I must be missing something. You know, there's no difference between the original and the copyright. They contain the exact same recipes.
Stop trying to change the topic. What's wrong, Escoffier? Scared you're gonna lose to me? Or are you scared of me getting my hands on the original codex?
Savannah, you may remember that we gave her the original as a parting gift, to thank Escoffier for her years of service. Asking for it back feels a little,
Oh, I'm sure it won't be an issue, as long as both sides agree to the terms. Those were your words, weren't they? And as for the contest itself, let's make it a bake-off. Gâteau de Bourg, per the recipe in the codex. Well, Escoffier, you against me. Are you in or out?
You sound surprisingly confident. All right then, let's see how much you've actually grown. I hope you surprise me, Savannah. I'd hate to find out that all you've learned after this long is how to chew people's heads off.
Believe me, I'll show you.
Escoffier, are you sure this is a good idea? You accepted her terms a little hastily.
Oh, it'll be fine. Let's head back to the Fleuve Cendres so I can get prepping.
So, this whole bake-off thing kind of came out of nowhere. Was it really sensible to just go along with it?
Well, I got a sense that she's holding something back. But we chefs always express ourselves in our cooking. So if she won't talk, this might be the best way to find out what's really going on with her.
Huh? Holding back? Sure didn't sound that way to Paimon.
Escoffier only picked up on it because she's the same way. Always closed off, never letting you know what she really thinks.
That's patently false, at least where your macarons are concerned. I've been nothing but truthful with you about the disgraceful amount of sugar you use.
Okay, that's one case where you can keep your thoughts to yourself.
Oh, that? Well, it's not so much a recipe book as a diary of Modeste's adventures. Back in the day, he and his good friend Savelli explored far and wide, partly adventuring, partly looking for new ingredients and developing new recipes. Their creations had an enormous influence on the course of Fontaine cuisine, turning it into a much more vibrant and diverse scene. For instance, legend has it that the original Gâteau de Bourg was made using a special secret ingredient that Modeste discovered on one of his adventures. So rare was the ingredient that they could never make more than 16 slices of the cake per day. But everyone who tried it claimed that it was one of the most blissful and invigorating things they had ever tasted. Modeste and Savelli went on to found the original Hôtel de Bourg, which catapulted them to stardom in Fontaine's culinary world. Especially Modeste. He was hailed as a once-in-a-generation genius, and over time, the recipes from his adventure log became known as the Codex de Bourg.
Ah, Paimon's heard this kind of story before.
What? No, of course not. Cooking is a constant anyway, never mind centuries. And that was it. Even then, it still took numerous relocations and changes of management before we finally ended up with Primogemmes and their—
Oh! So the Codex really isn't all that, then?
Yes, well, that's fiction.
Case in point. Even the Gâteau de Bourg they sell now—
Wait, really? Why, though?
It did, but like I said, it's a dusty old book now, and the records aren't as legible as they once were. So, reimagination is— As for why we gave it the same name and kept the tradition of only selling 16 slices a day, well—
Oh. Huh. Well, that kind of takes all the mystique out of it.
Hey now, It might not be the original Gâteau de Bourg, but just think, if the original truly was the perfect cake you're imagining it to be.
Anyway, before I left my role as head chef, I made a copy of all the recipes from the codex, including my own improved versions, and turned them over to Savannah.
So why is she so interested in the original copy? Could it be a symbolic thing? Like,
Well, it was clearly precious enough to give to Escoffier as a parting gift. Meanwhile, maybe from her point of view, it's...
You think so? The only thing is, it was her suggestion to gift me the original in the first place.
What? Huh.
Who knows? We could speculate forever. Better to just let our gâteau. It means vesting her in this bake-off, and then getting her to explain herself. Even if, however much she's changed since we worked together, I believe that she's still...
Well, I'm confident that you and your spatula can get justice for Fromage.
Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Gâteau de Bourg is very Now, if I had to push it, I could probably do the work of 3 chefs myself.
Well, that's easy. The 3 of us are veterans in the kitchen.
Well, I have heard the Traveler is an accomplished cook, as well as a warrior. But...
Oh, count me in too. I've spent weeks perfecting my macarons after your scathing review. Even if it means competing against the Traveler, so be it. I'll show you what I'm made of.
Confident. I like it. Alright, let's start with some elementary mise en place. Show me your knife skills.
I've always called it chopping stuff up, not mise en place. But it's basically the same thing, right?
Oh, Navia. The difference in your case is that mise en place is chopping stuff up without looks like you found that easier than I expected.
Yeah, thankfully it was pretty straightforward in the end. You made it sound like we'd be carving statues out of fruits or something.
Well, brace yourself, because the next step is anything but straightforward. A kind of special food processor I got the Fontaine Research Institute to make for me. It uses cold temperature extraction to isolate the essence of cooking ingredients. But this isn't exactly standard kitchen equipment, so that probably didn't make a whole lot of sense. Let me...
Custom-made equipment from the Fontaine Research Institute, huh? That's some pretty high-tech food prep. Paimon's never used anything this weird before. Cool!
And done. These are the flavor compounds extracted from our ingredients. I processed all the fruit you chopped up earlier.
Wow! Even the smell is so much more concentrated. What next? Do we add all this stuff in?
Absolutely not! Throwing everything in at once will ruin the balance of flavors. We have to go slowly and carefully to calibrate the exact flavor we want. I'll demonstrate again. Now, what? Slowly and carefully. Not a drop too much, and not a drop too little. That potential takes a keen sense of... Voila! Now it's your turn. Not terrible. Considering this was everyone's first time blending flavor extracts, it could have been worse. But the traveler's work was surprisingly good. Are you sure you've never done this before? You got almost perfect results on your first try. Oh, well, they do say adventurer is a multi-talented Alright, now for the part I've been looking forward to. I want each of you to cook something from the Hotel Départ. That's right, the true test of your... How's it going? Have you picked a dish yet? Look at that! With the grace of a snow-winged goose, as I like to say. Now, let the grating commence.
Pretty good, right? Not to brag or anything, but Paimon's a bit of a connoisseur when it comes to la food.
6 points.
What? Oh, well, fair enough. Paimon doesn't cook all that often, so as long as it's a pass.
That's 6 out of 100.
What?
You say you're a connoisseur, but it's quite clear from this dish that you have far more experience consuming food than creating it. By that logic, I suppose you think listening to Lady Farina on repeat every day would make you an opera singer.
Aww.
Oh, me next, me next. I'll have you know that this batch of macarons has 2 whole tablespoons less sugar than my previous ones.
So you went from 12 tablespoons to 10? Well, it's nice to know you actually measured it out. Because it tastes like you just threw in whatever was left in the jar. 6 points.
Aww.
Now to the final dish.
So, what do you think?
This is our last hope.
8 points.
Darn! That's barely higher than what we got.
Not exactly. The color is spot on. Beautiful aroma. Excellent presentation. I have to give this one 8 points out of 10. Maybe even 9 points.
Huh? How did you pull that off?
Don't get me wrong. There's room for improvement. But still, this is clearly the work of an accomplished chef. I can tell that you've put many hours of work into honing your skills in the kitchen. I can really taste the grace of the snow-winged goose in this dish. The traveler's journey, with all its trials, tribulations, and setbacks. Not to mention the frustrations of having a picky eater for a partner.
Hey, you made that last part up! No way did you taste that!
Well, it looks like I lost fair and square. I guess you'll be taking the Traveler as one of your assistants then?
But if it takes 3 chefs, that still leaves 1 slot remaining. Maybe...
Chef Escoffier!
Oh, it's Hilaire! What brings you here?
I heard the news about the cooking contest. You're doing Gâteau de Bois, right?
And you think you're up to the task, do you?
Oh, no, I know I'm not there yet. It's actually my dad who wanted to help.
Firma, last I heard, you could barely get out of bed.
Chef Escoffier, Navia, Traveler, thank you all so much for everything you're doing for me and my family. I've had enough of sitting around at home while you run yourselves ragged. If you let me, I'd like to help you win.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
Don't you worry. I'll be fine. I'm feeling much better now. The fact is, I'm a fine chef, Despite recent events, I've proven myself.
Firma, have you even set foot in a...
I have not, but I... Huh? That's strange. Why are my hands shaking?
What do you call this, Verma?
I can't seem to grip my knife.
Do it again! Again!
I...
Hopeless. Get out of my kitchen yesterday.
Dad, what's wrong?
I don't understand. I was feeling so much better, and then Will I never be able to work in a kitchen again?
Dad, talk to me. What happened?
I think the real issue here is not physical exhaustion, but psychological trauma.
Monica, when did you get here?
Probably because you were all concentrating so hard on your cooking. I didn't want to interrupt your flow. But anyway, Firma, I'm so sorry. If only I'd known how serious your situation was, I would have stood up for you sooner.
You have nothing to apologize for, Monica. During those long nights of redoing every order, you were the only person who looked out for me.
Oh, come on. All I did was make you some tea. I doubt it was much help. Savannah was so ruthless toward you. I probably should have brought you something stronger.
She sounds like the worst. All right, another Savannah horror story. Let's hear it.
She's been getting harsher and harsher on us ever since she heard about Escoffier's new role in the Fleuve Cendre. Seems like no matter what we make, she'll find something wrong with it.
What is this? It looks like a dog's been at it! In the trash now!
Then she orders us to redo the dish again and again, but we never know what's going to make her happy.
Do it again, do it again, do it again!
Every time you remake it, you just get another earful from her.
Either straighten yourself out, or get out of my kitchen!
So now, it seems like just picking up a kitchen utensil gives me flashbacks of her yelling at me.
Oh, man. That must be awful.
The more I want to get it perfect, the more my hands shake, and the more scared I am of making another mistake.
How can you give up so easily, Firma? You weren't a quitter when you were working for me. And even under Savannah, you talk about working late into the night trying to perfect your dishes. That says to me that you still hadn't lost that determination to prove yourself. What changed?
I don't know what's come over me. When I think back, I just remember feeling like my heart and my hands were growing heavier and heavier as the shift went on. Each time I had to redo a dish, my heart sank a little further. Maybe Savannah was right. Maybe I am just hopeless at this.
Dad.
I see. Well, it sounds like there are some deep issues at work here. Ones that I will win this contest, and after that, I encourage you to approach Savannah and talk this out.
But what if you can't find another assistant in time?
You think being one person short will ruin my... Even if I had to go it alone, I would present the...
Oh, well, Paimon and Navia will still keep practicing, just in...
And so will I.
Yeah! And if worse comes to worse, we can always get the Spina...
Actually, I thought maybe I could help.
What? Why didn't you say so?
I was going to, but then...
You do this for us?
Alright, fine by me. But aren't you still working for Savannah?
I know, but it's alright. I've made up my mind. With the way things are, I can't keep working for Savannah much longer. I'm done with sucking it up. It's time to try and turn things around. If this cooking contest can get Savannah to see the error of her ways, then I'm sure she'll forgive me for this.
Well, Hyman didn't think we'd be poaching from Savannah's staff to get our third person, but there you go. Anyway, Monica's a professional chef, so nothing could possibly go wrong now.
Great! Then it's settled. And
Spina sponsored? Wait.
well,
Yeah! Feast, feast, feast!
Alright, if you insist, then prepare for some of the finest food of your lives. That's not a bad idea, actually.
That was a dream come true. Hyman never knew Fontanian cuisine could be this good.
I guess I'm finally on the right path.
Why? Nothing. I wanted to see if there was anything I'm missing. But I can't find anything. The copy I gave her not only has... Yeah, maybe. We were. She was a little shy. Those qualities are why I recommended her to replace me as head chef. I never imagined for 1 second that she'd cause and the idea that she... I wonder if this is how Modeste... Yes, with his good... The story goes that after Modeste unveiled his Gâteau de Bourg and was hailed as a culinary genius, he was admired and adored by all. Unlike Modeste, whose every new creation was an instant hit, Savelli seemed to face setbacks, and with Modeste being whisked off to all manner of function, people started gossiping about Savelli. Everything came to an abrupt... That was... One rumor had it that Savelli actually killed Modeste out of jealousy, even as the latter was hoping to make amends. Unlikely. It's a popular theory, but still, beyond a point, there's no way of knowing what truly happened in the past. And that's why I have to win this contest tomorrow. Then get the truth about everything that's been going on, even if it means cracking her open like a nut. You're right about that. Just follow my lead, and victory will be ours.
It's cooking contest day! To the Hotel de Bourg! Toot sweet!
But my research had so much potential.
did you hear the news? Escoffier's coming back for a cooking contest.
Wait, seriously? Escoffier in a cooking contest? Now that I've got to see!
I don't get it. Why would anyone in their right mind challenge her to a cooking contest?
Mesdames et messieurs, Welcome, one and all, to the Hôtel Départ and to this most exciting of cooking contests.
Savannah, I've brought the original copy of the codex you asked for.
Monica? Huh.
In the interests of fairness, this contest will be conducted in a double-blind format. Once the dishes are complete, they will be sent to the back of the kitchen where they'll each receive a label. The labels will be placed out of sight underneath the plates, only to be revealed after the judges have sampled them and reached a final verdict.
As one of the judges, I promise to be fair and impartial.
When my meal got interrupted yesterday, I never thought this is how they'd make it up to me. Getting a seat on the judging panel is a pretty sweet deal.
Both contestants have taken their positions. Then, without further ado, let the Hôtel Départ cooking contest commence!
Monica, Traveler, it's go time. Let's do this.
Alphonse, Gaspar, get to work! Do not disappoint me.
Looks like our two head chefs are raring to go. Like an oven on full blast, this
That should be enough flavoring. Now hurry up and balance the flavors.
Come on, Escoffier! Come on, Traveler!
Up to the freezer! Alphonse!
What are you playing at? That's not how I...
So, what do you think?
Escoffier is already on the final step of the recipe. Let's check on Savannah's progress.
I think this flavor profile is still a little bit off.
You can't match Escoffier's talent.
I present to you Gâteau de Bourg. That was perfect! We were like a flock of snowing geese, completely in sync, working gracefully and elegantly together. Great work, team!
Time's up! Contestants, please take your dishes to the back.
Huh. That guy was right. You really can't tell whose is whose just by looking at them.
We both made the same dish after all. For all her flaws, Savannah's a talented chef who earned my recommendation for good reason. She wouldn't screw up something as elementary as the cake's appearance.
Whoa! This is really rather good.
Wonderfully soft and fluffy. Beautifully sweet. This is a masterclass in how to make Gâteau de Bourg.
I would give this one at least 9.9 out of 10! Only because there's something about the flavor of the base. It's just a little different from the recipe I'm used to.
Huh? Really? I couldn't tell.
All right, on to gâteau number 2. I haven't had a single bite and already this aroma is a delight to the senses.
I have a feeling that this gâteau will be a gâteau for the ages.
How exciting! I'm gonna dig in. I think maybe someone got a little carried away when they were adding the sugar.
Not just the sugar, it's the flavors too. This is all over the place. Who made this?
It appears the decision is unanimous. This gâteau is far below the standard we would expect.
Whew! And Paimon thought this might actually be close. Turns out she can't bake to save her life.
Something's not right here. Savannah may not be perfect, but no way is she this sloppy.
I can now declare that the creator of the first gâteau has won this cook.
What? It's Savannah?
No! That's impossible!
Hey, Savannah! You cheated, didn't you? You cheat! What did you do? Oh, you swapped the plates, didn't you?
Well, someone's a sore loser. These cakes went from the oven to the judge's table without me ever laying a finger on them. And it was Primogemmes' staff who labeled them in the kitchen. If you're looking to accuse someone, why don't you... Isn't it more likely that Escoffier's lost her edge?
You take that back!
Judges, we demand a rematch.
That's enough! What's done is done. As head chef, or rather as team lead, I take responsibility for the dish I served. What, Savannah? I didn't think you'd stoop this low just to beat me in a bake-off. What happened to your chef's pride?
I don't know what you're talking about.
If you want the Codex de Bourg that much, you can have it.
Escoffier, no!
But you must promise me that you'll apologize to Firma and compensate him for everything you put him through.
It's a little late to be negotiating terms. The contest is over, and I won. That means you owe me the Codex, and I owe you nothing.
Look, Savannah, you may have fooled everyone else, but can you really fool yourself? What I'm offering is to accept defeat without looking to expose what you've done. But only on the condition that you promise to stop putting so much pressure on your staff.
Fine. I'll treat this as your final handover of duties from one head chef to the next. So, will that be all, ex-head chef? Or is there any other unfinished business you'd like to leave in my hands?
I didn't mean that to be a scolding from your former boss. Just a word of advice from a fellow chef and a friend. But I don't know if you're even open to input from other people anymore.
I know what I'm doing. I don't need your advice.
All right, fine. I'm glad to hear it.
Escoffier?
The Codex Débart! Finally. Now, at long last, I will succeed.
Escoffier? How could you let her get away with this?
Yeah! The Codex is a souvenir of your time here! Doesn't that mean anything to you?
It's alright. It was just a bake-off. Besides, it's not all bad. She agreed to compensate Firma. That's mission accomplished for the Spina. Honestly, if I'd have known that giving her the Codex would solve everything, I'd have just done that in the first place. I mean, why bother with the whole cooking contest? It's such a waste of time and energy.
No. No! This doesn't make any sense!
Huh?
That's it? No secrets, no nothing? I don't believe it! This can't be happening.
Oh, Chef Savannah!
Savannah?
It's nothing life-threatening. Just a lot of pent-up stress.
Oh, I knew it.
Pent-up stress?
The truth is, however hard she might be on the rest of us...
Yes, there are nights when she makes us redo things over and over into the wee hours. She'll hide herself away in the kitchen, working on new techniques and recipes, and only—
But why?
Our best guess is... she doesn't want to be seen as less of a chef than a...
And there it is.
Even so, that's no...
Yeah, and it's definitely no excuse for cheating.
Huh, about that, we honestly have no idea how she did it. We were focused on our own work.
Leone and Algalia were the ones I tasked with labeling the cakes. I've already spoken to them both.
Not to worry. Come on, join me downstairs. I'll interrogate the guilty gâteau myself.
Well, how is it? Have you figured out what it was?
Oh, this is aggravated assault on my palate. I'd rather eat wet cement than this.
Is it really that bad? I made sure the taste tested before it was served.
Oh, relax. This isn't your cake. Savannah, the offending flavors are coming from in between the icing and the cake base. Which, or in other words, we have a traitor in our midst.
I'm sorry. I was forced to— It was Chef Savannah. She said if I didn't cooperate, she would...
Calm down, Monica. I've already accepted defeat. Whatever's going on with you.
I was the one.
Food safety. Wait, you mean the Lumalene incident?
I think so. Savannah and I were on procurement, but I swear I didn't do it on purpose. I had no idea, but the last thing I expected was for Savannah to use it as leverage to—
This is crazy! So Savannah pressured you—
I know, it's terrible. I'm so sorry. I was so— I thought Escoffier would hate my guts if she ever found out, and yet somehow that's ended up in me doing something even worse.
Seriously? Firstly, it's not like I got a life sentence. I did my stint at the fortress, and now I'm out. So, You don't need to feel ashamed or frightened or anything like that. Any more than you need to add butter. Oh, well, I'm not saying you don't have. You should tell Primogemmes to mark down your performance for the past few months. Then do some digging and find out exactly where those. Understood. Good. Now, back to Savannah. What about the original codex would compel her to resort?
I have my.
Ugh. What happened to me?
I've overheard some customers murmuring about how the Hotel de Boer hasn't been the same since Escoffier left. They think our menu doesn't taste like it used to, especially our signature items.
Now that you mention it, I noticed it during the contest too. I couldn't put my finger, but the difference was so small. I'm sure no one would notice it besides our most...
Still, as head chef, it's easy to see why Savannah... So many times I've seen her make the cake base over and over again. Later...
Yeah, I've noticed that too. Thinking back on it now, it's clear that Savannah's been in a downward...
She wants to prove that she can fill Escoffier, but after countless setbacks, she's getting more and more And at some point along the way, she switched from doubting herself to doubting Escoffier.
Doubting Escoffier? For what?
Yeah, it would explain why she was bent on getting the original at any cost. She could retain her place as the #1 chef in Fontaine. The only one privy to all the secrets of the trade.
Oh, for goodness sake. What is
Of course. Then she finally got the codex, only to discover that the secret recipes she's been pining for don't... Seeing how utterly wrong she was must have been a real shock to the system. It probably brought up everything at once. It over...
There's still one thing that doesn't make sense, though. If Savannah had the real recipe all along, how come it tasted different? She might not be on the same level as Escoffier, but surely after like 50 attempts, she'd get it right one of those times.
You'd think so, but geniuses like Escoffier are in a league of their own.
New head chef, you say? What's her name? I don't think I've heard of her before.
I wonder, can the Hotel de Boer keep its edge without Escoffier at the helm?
This tastes different from last time. Is it undercooked or something?
Take this. It's a copy of the Codex de Boer. From now on, you will be its keeper. Don't listen to the doubters. If I say you can do it, then you can do it. Even if you don't believe in yourself, at least believe in me. Hey, did you hear me? Once I'm gone, the restaurant is all yours.
All this time, I've been blaming other people, but maybe I'm the problem.
I sincerely apologize for putting everyone out. Savannah's awake now, but I don't think she's ready to speak to anyone yet. Let's give her the day to calm down. I'm sure you'll have the chance to talk everything out tomorrow.
In that case, I'll go and update Vermont and his family. I wonder what he'll make of all this.
So, we'll come back tomorrow then.
Whew, that was a long day. I think I've earned myself a sweet treat when I get back home.
Oh, nice! Macarons? Or are you gonna switch it up this time?
Traveler, how much do you know about the snow-winged goose? every year they migrate long distances in search of a suitable home. There's always one goose at the front whose job is to lead the flock. Fontaine poets often use the image of that goose to explore the ideas about leadership and genius. They usually imagine someone who's a cut above the rest, a model of perfection. But what those poets don't know is that during a migration, the lead goose is always changing. Once the lead goose shows signs of fatigue, it retreats to the back of the flock and allows another goose to take its place. So the truth is that leadership, with all the responsibilities and pressures that come with it, it's something that everyone takes turns at. But we humans completely miss that fact when we project our own ideas about social hierarchies onto them. I guess what I'm saying is, I don't buy into this notion that there's some sort of gulf between normal and genius. Cooking is a science, not magic. Given the same ingredients, same recipe, and same environment, I see no reason why two different people shouldn't be able to create the exact same dish. Of course, some people have a more sensitive palate than others, and some people are just born bolder or more conscientious. But these are all variables that can be accounted for with time and practice. I'd have no reason to expect so much from others if I believed that perfection can only come from the hands of a genius. The only reason I hold people to high standards is because, well, I believe they're capable of greatness. Okay, I've made up my mind. I'm gonna get to the bottom of why Savannah failed. And come tomorrow, I'll give her the scolding of her life, pointing out all the mistakes she's made along the way. Then she'll finally see the error of her ways.
Why are we here so early? Our meeting with Primogemmes isn't for a while. Check on her? Why? What happened? Oh no. Escoffier, are you alright?
I'm fine. Just need to get some more coffee in me. Huh? What happened to my coffee? Did I really drink it all? Alright. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Well, there's cooking facilities here. Or we could just grab a cup of coffee from Cafe Lutece, but either way, hurry!
What can I get for you? Sure thing. We're here to go. Huh? Oh, I see. First cup of this.
Coffee. Strong, bitter coffee beans, transformed through expert brewing and balanced perfectly with rich, creamy steam milk. Wonderful. I feel much better now. Thank you so much, Traveler and Paimon.
Glad to hear it, but make sure to catch up in your sleep when you get the chance.
I think I figured out where the problem lies. Honestly, it's ridiculous. I don't know whether to laugh or cry.
Wait, what investigation? What are you guys talking about?
I'll save it for when everyone else gets here. It's so stupidly small, I can't believe it's caused so much drama. Yes, except my failures were stepping stones.
Escoffier! Have you seen Savannah?
Huh? No, not...
After seeing her home yesterday, we were all a little concerned about how she was doing. Only to find an empty house with the door. I left Alphonse and the others to keep watch. If she's not here...
Boss, Escoffier!
Alphonse? You're supposed to be
We were, but then, just after...
Oh, looks like a map...
Wait a second. This feels... Of course, from the Codex. They're all places that Modeste explored. Yeah, but... I don't understand.
The Codex Départ? Then, this place
Seriously? So now she said her...
Ugh, idiot. Does she have a deck?
Hold on. There's more.
It was you. It sounds like a threat letter. Does this mean that
Retrieve the Codex, so the cooking contest and the...
She's keeping...
Ugh, this is all such a... First, we thought that Savannah...
You're finally here. Of course. I should have put two and two together as soon as I read your threat letter. Even the suggestion that Escoffier was keeping secrets from me. It was all part of your grand plan, wasn't it?
We should be getting close to the spot marked on the map.
Of all the stupid things she's done, this really takes the cake. The moment we find her, I'm gonna curse the living daylights out of her.
Whoa, this place looks like an underwater restaurant, doesn't it? Suddenly, the idea of an adventure chef finding secret ingredients makes a whole lot more sense.
I think Modeste's Codex mentioned this place. A public bath from the time of Remor.
Huh? Some blubber beasts have come to join the party. Aw, they ran off!
That could be easier said than done. Something's blocking the...
Well...
We prepared a banquet for our shy little guests, and as the food flowed away on the current, they broke into a joyous chorus. And the path...
we have to feed the blubber beasts? See, this is why you should always bring snacks. You never know when you're gonna...
There is no time for that. Romaritime flowers and Lumitoile will have to do.
too much and they might not come back again.
Adaptive frosting!
Blubber beasts or not, are we?
Trust me, they'll love it.
Oh, good question. If we tried.
Yes, we can't afford to wait for them.
It's really singing! It must taste better than Paimon thought!
Yeah! Yeah!
The tracks turned back again. Hey, it's open!
Hey, give me your water.
Here.
I said your water, the one you just drank out of?
Sure.
All those years slaving away under Escoffier, and then you. Not only have I found the ruin that Savelli kept hidden, but I also... Hey, go scout ahead for me. If we need to do any more blast tunneling, Did you not hear me?
Why don't you do it yourself?
Oh, when did you learn to fight back? You're always so compliant when I give you instructions by letter.
That's because you threatened to expose me for the Lumiline incident. I swear.
Don't be so self-righteous. Admit it, you were terrified of her finding out about your part in the Lumiline incident. and you resented the way her reputation. So you jumped at the chance to convince yourself that she was the villain. That she deliberately. First, idolization, then jealousy, suspicion, and self-deception. That's what this comes down to. It was the same story with Savelli and my ancestor. He offered Modeste his friendship, only to murder him out of vanity. He promised to explore the world with him, only to later destroy all records of their adventures. It's a miracle I even found this place. You have no idea the countless hours I spent piecing it all together. So you see, you're no better than Savelli. If you can't beat him, betray him, right?
I am no Savelli, nor will I ever be.
Oh, put a lid on it. You really think you can absolve yourself of your vindictive and jealous behavior? You didn't show any remorse when she left, or in the cooking contest. Why?
You're right. I don't deserve her forgiveness.
Ooh, feisty.
But I somehow doubt that. Since I poisoned both our water bottles.
What?
Ever since I learned the truth. I've been biding my time, waiting for this moment. You've played me like a fiddle for so long!
But you drank it too!
It's what we both deserve. This is the price we must pay for betraying Escoffier. You'll die here with me, Monica!
You...
What's...
Oh, you're too much. I thought I'd play along for a bit. I saw your dumb plan a mile off. There's no poison in these...
No.
Revenge is a dish best served You're a lousy chef, and you make a lousy villain.
Everything I ever did was a failure. And now...
Hey, why don't you try your hand at being a comedian in your next life? You got a good laugh out of me. You should have just done like I asked, Savannah. All I wanted you to do was scout the ruins for me. But you had your chance, and now it's time to say goodbye.
Stop right there!
Let her go, Monica! We've got you surrounded!
Escoffier?
Ugh, looks like I'll have to keep you around for a little longer.
You can't!
Stay back if you want her alive! Escoffier and the Traveler. I can't take you both on in combat.
Monica, what are you hoping to achieve?
A recipe. You chefs are all... Modeste had a secret. The truth behind his so-called genius. The je ne sais quoi factor in his Gâteau de Bourg. And it's right here in the...
Are you serious? You're here because...
I couldn't care less about the cake itself. He and Savelli were fools. A priceless treasure of Remoria in the palms of their hand. We're talking about a powerful stimulant that also sharpens the senses. That's no cooking ingredient. That's right. I've done my research. It was a drug that Remoria developed for their war machine.
Will you listen to yourself?
My eyes are wide open. Just wait till I get my hands on this treasure.
Wait, what's the...
Just when I thought she couldn't get any crazier. She's lucky the whole place didn't collapse.
Uh-oh, Savannah's gone too!
Monica must have taken her. Oh, what a coward. She's only taken her hostage because she knows that
That's true. Even if she fight...
Oh, well, our path's been blocked, so let's look for another route. Off to the freezer!
The water looks pretty deep here. Maybe it leads somewhere. probably awakened by the explosion just now.
Alright, Knife Skills 101. Time for some rough chopping.
Be sanctified.
Another door? Guess we need to prepare another feast for our guests. Even the best chef in the world can't flavor their food without prepping the flavoring, right?
A dash of frosting!
It seems to really like the texture of Rome maritime flowers.
A little amuse-bouche! To the freezer! Shower me with praise! Breaking news! A dash of frosting! Oh.
I never knew you could process Lumitwol like that.
Alright, I've got to jot this down.
limitols and maritime flowers. This could open the door to a whole new world.
Yep, that's literally the plan. Wait, hold on. Which door are you talking about?
That's strange. These don't look Romorian to me. More like last century Fontaine.
Adventurers from last century Fontaine, huh?
By the looks of it, this was a one-person camp. They adventured together, but maybe one of them came back alone at a
Trust our adventurer's instincts. Okay, well, the Traveler has more adventuring experience overall, but Paimon's death... Darn it! Paimon was just about to show off her rummaging skills!
Huh, no kidding. Are all adventurers so obsessed with journaling? I mean, I guess I take a lot of notes when I'm cooking a...
Anyway, let's find out who was here.
It's been years since I've last visited these ruins. It's exactly the way I remember it. This place probably... sadly... the treasure of Remoria. That's what we used to call it. Our limited stock of the substance meant that the gâteau could only be produced on a small scale. But this only drove up the popularity. He was praised as a genius. While Modeste tried his best to console me. But I knew our conversations grew scarce, and we saw less and less of each other. I didn't fight it. He had new friends and a career. I told myself that maybe one day, when I've put these feelings of self-loathing behind, unfortunately,
So it was
I always thought it was just a let.
In that case, what does that...
The taste of Gâteau de Bourg being the perfection. But as he baked, it was only when he was sipping on coffee one day and realized he could not taste the bitterness. The treasure of Remoria stimulates the senses. In hindsight, over the course of his the finest culinary talent of his generation now faced a future in which he would never be able to taste anything ever again. And because we had become estranged, I could not be there to stop him. Yet despite everything...
The treasure of Remoria? Guess Monica was really onto something. It really was...
So, Modeste chose to end his own life. Also, neither the Codex nor any other contemporary records make...
Modeste told me everything in his final letter. His was a tale of how... Did he hope I would gain some personal catharsis from knowing the truth? But if the public ever learned how Modeste's greatest triumph became his undoing, his fall from grace would be swift and merciless. 1 minute a genius, the next a joke. It would surely... What would be his legacy then? How would future generations view everything we built together? I fear the scorn I have faced these last years would pale in comparison to the scorn... I cannot let... I will do what I must to protect his name. It may lead his family to suspect me of having a... I would rather the world believe a tale of genius and jealousy than... The final loose end is the evidence here. At the bottom of the sea.
Huh? What's wrong?
So we thought, but if Monica finds out what happened to the treasure...
The treasure of Remoria. I have found you at last. Savelli, you tried your best to bury the truth, but you underestimated the children of Modeste. But I have to thank you too, Savannah. Without your help retrieving the Codex, But now, finally, the secret to Remoria's military might is within my grasp. The treasure of Remoria is mine! Oh... It's empty. It's
empty?
Monica? Oh, we were seconds too late.
Escoffier? What's the deal with that jar?
Savelli's final act! He wanted to conceal the secret, so he came here after his friend's death and destroyed every last shred that remained.
This can't be happening. All that for an empty jar?
Monica, don't do anything stupid. This ruin is more dangerous than you realize.
Oh, shut your pie hole!
Praise be to Lord Remus. You barbarian shall be slain.
She's a nutcase! A liability to herself and everyone else. Well, now it's up to us to clean up the mess she's made. Take these golems out!
Yoo-hoo! Say cheese!
Let the mighty be humble. Sight.
Why is this place still shaking? Enough chit-chat.
Okay, I'm coming.
Oh, no you don't. If I can't get what I want, I've got nothing to show for my life's work so far. But if I can take another so-called genius down with me in my final moment, then it was all worth it.
You're a psycho!
Savannah? When did you...
I may be a lousy chef, but it looks like I'm not a complete waste of space.
Escoffier! Savannah!
Traveler! And Paimon!
Primogemmes, what are you all doing here?
What did you expect us to do? Stay at the
We had to do something.
I don't deserve it. It was my fault Escoffier had to leave. Then I couldn't live. Come back, Escoffier. Come and be our head chef again. I'll never be able to replace you.
Okay, so everything I said to you the day I left?
Huh? Sorry, I was kinda in my...
Forget it. It doesn't matter. Anyway, if you were that bad, why would all your staff show up here for you?
Escoffier's right. Sure, you nitpick our work and get us to do things over a lot.
Things were pretty rough after Escoffier left.
Our customers know that Escoffier doesn't work for us anymore. At the end of the day, we're all human, and we all make mistakes.
No, I get what you're saying.
Well, about that, there's someone else here to see you, Chef.
It's been a while, Chef Savannah.
Firmal? I'm so sorry. I put far too much pressure on you. And the way... But... I'm too late, aren't I?
Actually, I think I'm going to be just fine.
Huh?
We thought Firmin's problem was purely psychological in nature. But after the threat letter came to light, and as it turns out...
No way!
It can. A small dose might simply make up...
No wonder it seemed like...
I asked my friends at the Fontaine Research Institute about it. They said that with the low dose I was taking, well, that's what happened.
There's... You mean...
Oh.
Let's not be too quick to blame everything on the... So you better make sure you reflect...
I will. I'm sorry. There's still... Is it just...
It's because the heating element in your...
What?
I felt like something was off during the cooking contest. Once I got around to checking all the equipment, I noticed it right away. There was a half-degree discrepancy between the temperature setting and the actual temperature. All the ovens in the whole kitchen had the same problem, which confused me at the time. I would have figured it out the day of the bake-off.
No. I spent so long trying to... It all comes back to...
Oh, cut it out! Stop the woe is me act for a second and just think. Do you know how long I spent perfecting my Gâteau de Bourg? 3 years. And you've been head chef now for what? 6 months? If that? You clearly have no idea how many kitchen failures I've had under my... Genius or not, everyone makes mistakes. You're only a lousy chef if you don't face up to your mistakes. Surely you haven't forgotten all that.
I haven't...
That's our head chef.
Ha ha! Sounds like we won't need another...
What a perfect end...
So you got your mojo back?
Yeah. Thanks to you, Escoffier. In fact, no. Thanks to all of you.
Friends again! So nice to see them finally settle their beef.
Good. So now that's out of the way. It's time for payback. You cheated in our last bake-off, and I demand a rematch right now.
But that was mostly Monica's fault, wasn't it?
Right. And also, does it have to be right now? Savannah's only just got her mojo back, and you barely escaped from a death trap.
No excuses! This is a cooking contest between 2 top chefs, and nothing will stand in its way. So grab your spatula and get ready, because this rematch is happening today. Right now, this instant!
Hey! So, this whole time you were salty about losing?
The second cooking contest commences now!
This time, no more games, and no holding back!
I feel like I don't have the right to be here.
Hey, what are you so afraid of? You can't unbake it now. And if you don't serve it, then good or bad, you'll never find out how to improve. If you're too scared to fail, you'll never know what real success tastes like. So?
Embrace your failure. Taste it. Digest it. That's the way to success.
I don't know. Sounds like it's easier said than done.
I'll do it.
The results are in! A landslide victory for Escoffier!
Quite rightly, too. Piece of cake.
looks pretty chipper too, consider.
Now, where were we? Yes. Do you have any more questions for me after everything that's happened? I thought Navia would have filled you in. I had 2 reasons for leaving. One was the food safety incident, of course, but the other was that the Hotel Départ had reached a point where it didn't need me anymore. So I decided to step down and look for new opportunities to improve myself.
Improve how?
Well, a while back, I got to know a fellow chef from Niue, and in her, I saw so many new possibilities. She has that same adventurous spirit that Modeste and Sibeli had in their youth. Slime mucus, blizzard tails. With her, nothing's off the table. There's a whole world of new flavors out there waiting to be explored, hiding away in ingredients we overlook. Case in point, remember those Romaritime flowers down in the ruins? I used them in the cooking contest just now. Did you—
What?
Half of the art of cooking is dissecting the recipe, and the other half, it lies in freeing yourself from the confines of the kitchen. You've got to go out and explore the endless possibilities out there.
Uh-oh. Paimon's suddenly not sure she wants to try your cooking anymore.
Don't worry, it's not going to be a free-for-all like in Modeste's time. Before I put anything into my food, I'll obviously do my research, make sure it doesn't contain any harmful substances. In the meantime, take this. It's a recipe for Petit Gâteau de Bourg revised version. I tweaked it to suit your needs as busy adventurers. Hope you enjoy, and remember, feedback is always welcome.
All right! So, do you ever see yourself returning to Hotel de Bourg?
Oh, of course. I've already promised Primogemmes that I'll come back every once in a while to make sure the quality of the food remains at an acceptable level.
You know, Paimon's still a Surely Monica wouldn't have gotten drawn in so deeply if it wasn't for all the mystery surrounding the original Gâteau de Bourg. She practically dedicated her life to finding the lost pieces of Modeste's diary. Then went to all that trouble to infiltrate the Hotel de Bourg. And in the end, it was all for nothing.
Since you mentioned the treasure, between Modeste's writings and what we saw in those ruins, the so-called Treasure of Remoria was most likely a substance that the Remorians extracted from Lumitoiles. Better know—
Huh? So then, why—
Don't forget, it was a very different era. We could barely even refine sugar back then. So desserts were very much in their infancy. In a world of bland food, it's no— And as for the Lumiline, it may well have been somewhat valuable in ancient times. But these days, it's just another drug from the Fontaine Research Institute. Even if Sibeli hadn't destroyed it all, I doubt it would be worth that much.
So after all that, there was nothing. Feels strange to say it, but Paimon almost feels sorry for Monica. She sacrificed it all only to get nothing in return.
Hey! Huh? Navia?
You just got back from that underwater ruin, right? Well, did you see anything like this down there? Freshly unearthed from the ruins of Remoria. Experts say it has immense artistic and historical value.
Wait! Isn't that the jar they—
If only it was still in one piece. Some butterfingers must have dropped it or something. Ugh, it's such a shame.
buddy. Mind your step! Let's go. Easy now, Kakuku. Huh? Hey, get out! Cuckoo! Whenever I get to take a break, I always want a snack. I got some candy, fruit, and jerky. You want some? Huh? Hey, get out! Cuckoo!
Je te présente Ifa, c'est un 4 étoiles qui est sur la bannière de Escoffier. Il peut voler avec son piou-piou. Non, il s'appelle Kakuku. Attends, laisse-moi vérifier. Aptitude. Ouais, Kakuku il s'appelle. Bref. Là sur la bannière 5 étoiles, on est en 78-88. Donc le 5 étoiles va tomber très vite. Sauf que j'aimerais beaucoup Ifa parce qu'il est vraiment trop stylé à jouer.
Mind the wind. Easy now, Kakuku.
Let me weave you a verse. Des réactions élémentaires. Et ensuite, tu utilises Ifa direct son pied. Pendant qu'il est sous son pied.
Nothing personal.
Il peut faire quoi? Ouais, il peut plonger. Tu peux monter. J'avais plus de l'énergie. Ouais.
Let's go.
Hop, tu montes.
Come here, you little rascal.
Ok. Donc là, nous sommes devant l'hôtel de bord. C'est l'hôtel où travaillait Escoffier en tant que chef cuistot. Toujours pas. Et IFA, c'est important IFA. Non. Ok, donc prochain 4 étoiles, 5 étoiles de bannière. Non, c'était pas le plan parce que c'était Yame Mizuki le plan. Croix. Bon, c'est pas grave, ça va nous laisser l'occasion de récupérer IFA. Enfin, peut-être, hein. J'avoue que le meilleur plan, ça aurait été un IFA, un Escoffier, ça aurait été parfait. Ok, là il a ses 5. On perd tous nos 50-50 là. Allez, IFA. Je sais pas pourquoi ils veulent tout le temps me mettre en pression. Oh, on a eu Escoffier très tôt. Mais Attends, on a eu qui? Ah, Leila avant. Ok. Ah, elle arrive tard. Hein. Oh, ah, waouh.
Well met. I'm Escoffier, pâtissier.
Je vais continuer un petit peu. En triangle. Vas-y, on va voir. Ok. Top. Parfait. Ouais. Ouais, moi j'ai pas assez de chance pour aller chercher plus loin. Du coup là on va sur la bannière arme. Et puis là par contre on est en 6-16. Donc en vrai on va drop des armes, mais vas-y. Nous on veut symphoniste, descendeur condamneur, c'est la lance de gauche. Mais vraiment pas l'arme de Navia, vraiment pas. L'arme de Navia c'est la hache qui est juste à côté. Ouais. J'ai pas regardé les armes 4 étoiles, je sais pas trop ce qu'elles font. Allez, la lance. Lance de jade ou lance d'escoffier. Mais pas l'arme de Navia, s'il vous plaît. Ok, ok, ça tombe très tôt, ça fait plaisir. Allez. Non, bah Lisa, ça aurait été mieux. Oh là là. C'est un truc de malade. Vraiment, c'est vraiment un truc de fou furieux. C'est vraiment 62,5% de chance d'avoir autre chose que l'arme de Navia, et j'arrive à avoir l'arme de Navia. Ouais. Du coup, la double peine, ça veut dire que le prochain 5 étoiles, c'est forcément l'arme d'Escoffier. Et donc, que je n'aurai de nouveau pas la lance de jade. Mais il devrait nous rester quand même suffisamment de primo pour Skirk et son arme. Sachant que derrière, il y a potentiellement Varka et Alice, la mère de... Mince, comment elle s'appelle? La petite sorcière rouge là. Qui lance des bombes. Oh, comment elle s'appelle déjà? Ouais, Cli. Merci. Alice, elle devrait être super forte. Ouais, vas-y, vas-y. Bah là, de toute façon, on est parti. Hein, donc, tu peux y aller jusqu'à qu'il y ait la lance de Escoffier. Je vais pas dire que je veux pas tomber sous les 50k parce que sinon on va tomber sous les 50k, mais... Ah ouais. Eh bah, pourquoi pas. Si tu peux m'en avoir plusieurs des Janssen, ça me va, il m'en faut une deuxième, ce serait top. J'aurais plus à faire l'attaque chargée après la compétence élémentaire, ça me ferait gagner du temps. Ah, je l'avais pas vu venir celle-là. Il fallait vraiment que je dépense. Ouais. Et puis bien à la fin, t'inquiète. T'inquiète même pas, c'est pas au début qu'elle tombe. Hein. La dernière, là je suis en 0 sur la bannière arme, c'est top. Skirk, en plus elle arrive avec Mavuika, donc je vais sûrement me taper un doublon de l'arme de Mavuika. Ce qui est super, hein, elle sera C0 R1. Oui, oui, bien sûr. Non, j'étais pas beaucoup. Ouais, ça aurait pu me coûter beaucoup plus cher. Mais j'avoue que s'ils avaient pu me filer autre chose que Mona, comme il y a mes Mizuki par exemple. Ouais. trop de trucs, c'est super. En plus, je m'étais bien mis qu'avec des persos de fontaine devant l'hôtel de bord, histoire de rendre hommage à Escoffier, mais bon. Ok, Mona, c'est 12. Voix divine, est-ce que c'est l'ulti? Oui. Oui. Yes. Ah, t'avais pas fait le préchargement? Ah ouais, bah je te raconte pas sur mon PC alors. Ok, là c'est un pas mal en vrai de Jensen, mais j'avoue que j'aurais bien aimé C2 aussi. Auroron C2. Par contre, la bonne nouvelle, c'est Leila C6. Ça, c'est top Moumout. Escoffier. And his weapon. IFA. Alors IFA. Si son must. Sa must arme, c'est l'arme du trial. Normalement, je l'ai. Ou alors c'est une arme à craft. Il n'y a pas un truc maîtrise. C'est pas ça. Peut-être que c'est l'arme à craft alors. On va mettre ça en attendant. Alors Estelle, j'aimerais forger un catalyseur. Non. Ou alors je peux pas, si. Je les ai tous. Alors c'est quoi son arme? Ils sont tous recharge. Il n'y en a pas un maîtrise. Ok. Bon, on va retourner. Non. Il faut. J'ai combien de... 189. Ouah, faire une équipe solide avec ça, ça va être difficile. Ouah, je sais pas si Mavuika va tenir. Il n'y a aucun shielder en plus. Alors. Là, logiquement, il me reste Tartaglia. Je sais pas si juste... Ah, je l'ai mal à l'intérieur. Moi, je pense au temps de chargement. Puis on sait jamais s'il flotte. Je sais pas si Mavuika, elle toute seule, elle fait les boss. Le problème c'est que sans perso de Natlan, peut-être elle va pas kiffer. Yansan, t'es où en fait? T'es là. Ensuite, Escoffier, Ifa. En bas.
Let's get started.
L'équipe est bancale.
This opportunity is quite hard to come by. Well then, amuse me. Surrender is a valid option. I promise I'll be gentle. Guess I should take you more seriously. No use hiding back there.
Ok, la P1 s'est passée.
Rise with quick as a flash. On my mark, light of the blazing sun.
Ok.
And some you lose.
Ce qui me fait le plus peur, je pense que c'est le loup. Parce qu'il fait que ces phases-là.
Mind the wind.
Burn it down. Control breathing. A little removed. Up and away.
Here.
Stronger. Pyroclastic surge. Incinerate.
Ok. Jensen est passé 10. C'est une excellente nouvelle.
Try and stop me. Control breathing. Start the clock.
Mind your step.
Rise with the sun.
Ok, petite mise à jour de l'équipe. Avant d'aller affronter Andros. là. Ouais, je suis un super aventurier. Alors, quand même que je lui donne un perso de Natlan pour qu'elle puisse faire de la réserve de Noctam.
Yeah, let's get this over with.
Let's go. Easy now, Kakuku.
Ah, ils veulent super vite. Impressionnant.
Rev the engines!
Ah, j'aurais peut-être dû mettre le tome dragon sur IFA juste pour que Mavuka ait un bonus d'attaque.
Hear the echoes of the valley! A burst of flavor! Wrath from the sky!
Let's go. Easy now, Kakuku.
I could have saved more.
Light of the blazing sun!
Find the wind. Let's go.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Thank you for completing today's commissions. Here is your reward.
Yeah! A dash of frosting!
Ah, il pivote avec la caméra. Bon, faisons la cuisine. Faut rien mettre dedans? On peut continuer? Ouais, désolé, qui back. Ça donne plein de plats différents. Donc là, logiquement, je ne peux plus le faire. Si je peux? Oh, je crois que c'était qu'une fois par semaine. Allons essayer quelque chose. Ah ouais, Mona C7. C'est carrément pire que moi là. Ok, là, logiquement, au cap de la promesse, il y a des électrocristaux. Si je me souviens bien. Yes. Alors, est-ce que ça fonctionne?
No recipe, no problem. What did I do wrong?
Le problème, c'est que si je vous tue, je vais casser les électrocristaux. Ici, il doit y en avoir aussi. Ok, top ça. C'est jusqu'à quand?
Not bad.
Ok, là c'est fini. Ouais, doucement. Je peux pas interagir. Ok, il reste là. Oh wow, ça a été con du berry. Je sais pas si j'en aurai suffisamment. Si c'est pas le cas, faut que j'aille en acheter. Ah si, c'est bon, large. J'avais pré-farm. Ok, et IFA.
Hein? Hey, get out! Coucou!
Ok, ça va se faire facile. Véli, sur la bannière perma, je dois être pas loin du 5 étoiles. Est-ce que tu veux essayer? J'ai 67. Voilà. Boutique détail historique. À combien je suis? Ah, je suis à 1. Voilà, laisse tomber, laisse tomber. Il m'en manque une dizaine.
Attack defrosting!
Normalement, on peut boucler la compétence.
Up to the freezer! Bring it!
Ah, c'est trop fort. J'ai envie d'essayer un petit truc.
Utensils at the ready.
Faudrait que je trouve un gros monstre, pas trop pénible.
Let's go.
Come here, you little rascal.
Celui du bas, il est mal vissé. Attends, j'arrive. Je vais quitter là. Alors, avatar, ça doit être les deux derniers personnages. Et thème, celui de Jensen. Allez, ciao tout le monde!